So friends, today let us discuss about another great master from China, Confucius. We'll go into his teachings. We'll try to understand his teachings. Unless we listen to masters, we cannot become masters. Unless we try to understand the great teachers, we cannot become teachers ourselves. We cannot become great teachers. You have to follow great teachers. You have to follow all the enlightened masters of the planet Earth. You have to learn from everybody. Then naturally, we become great masters in our own journey in due course. So today, let us go to the teachings, the enlightened teachings from China, Confucius. I hope you are ready with book and pen. Prepare. It is important you note down and read again and again, refer back again and again. The truth has to be heard multiple times. Then only it gets absorbed into your being. Take note of it, my dear friends. So this great master, this great sage from China was born around the same time as Gautama Buddha, around 5-6 centuries before Common Era, before Christ. So it was the same time. You see, the beauty is around the same time when Buddha was on the planet Earth in India, Confucius was in China. And it's around the same time Socrates was in Greece. So enlightened masters are born in all the countries, my dear friends. As Bhagavad Gita is to India, the teachings of Confucius is to China. He is not only a great enlightened one, he is also a great political advisor. His teachings are incorporated by the emperors of China. A great administrator indeed. Only an enlightened person can be a great administrator. So let us go into the teachings. Let us understand the teachings from this great master. Learning to be great. Learning to be great. If you want to be a great person, then you have to be sincere. Sincerity breeds seriousness, and seriousness breeds enlightenment. This is the grand teaching of the Chinese master. Learning to be great. Sincerity breeds seriousness, and seriousness breeds enlightenment. What is sincerity? Sincerity means you are true to yourself. You are authentic. Your being, your core, your heart wants something and you follow your heart. Then you are sincere. For example, you want to learn music. You really, really want to learn music from the core of your being. Then you are sincere. And you're just learning music because your parents expected, because your society demanded. If you are learning music for the sake of others, then you are not sincere. But you want to learn music. That is your core desire. That is the feeling in your heart. Then you are sincere. So sincerity means you are authentic. And when you are sincere, and sincerity breeds seriousness. What is seriousness? You are making efforts every single day. You are being sincere every single day until you get what you want. That is seriousness. You want self-transformation. You really want self-transformation. You said, yes, I had enough in my life. I don't want to live like this. I want to live a better life. I want to live a happier life. That is what your being is feeling. Then you are sincere. So for the self-transformation, you are making efforts every single day. You do regular practice of meditation, reading books, practicing mindfulness. You are sincere every single day until you get what you want. You are making efforts regularly, regular practice, sadhana, until you achieve what you want. These efforts, every single day practice towards your goal is seriousness. You are called a serious student. If you are making efforts every single day, then you become serious. So sincerity breeds seriousness. And naturally, seriousness breeds enlightenment. This is the great teachings, learning to be great. And unless you are a sincere person, you cannot be great. Your greatness begins with sincerity. Now, there is a difference between being great and being the best. Best means there is comparison. You compare yourself with others. Good, better, best, comparison. But here, in the field of spirituality or in the human evolution, the grand masters, the enlightened masters, they don't focus on being the best. They focus on being great. To be best is only one. If you want first rank in your studies, in your school, then there is only one first rank. But to be great, every single person can be great. Greatness is living your true potential, expressing, radiating your own core, true potential. And God created everybody the same. So, unless you are sincere, there is no way you can be great. This is the great teaching, learning to be great. And to be sincere, what you should do? How can you get sincerity? How can you be sincere? Knowledge leads to sincerity. And gaining knowledge is the very purpose of life, my dear friends. And the beauty of knowledge is it delimits you. Whatever is your limited understanding, whatever is the box you put around, or the society puts around, or the parents, the conditioning, the knowledge delimits. All your conditioning vanishes. And when all your conditioning is delimited, vanished, then you are empowered. So knowledge delimits you and knowledge empowers you. And how to acquire the knowledge? Investigate the things. So this is the formula of the great master Confucius. This is the teaching, learning to be great. If you want to be great, then you have to be sincere. Sincerity breeds seriousness, and seriousness breeds enlightenment. And how to be sincere? Expand your knowledge. And what happens when you expand your knowledge? It delimits you, it empowers you. And how to expand your knowledge? investigate into the things. So this is such a beautiful teaching. And Confucius' teaching also thinks from a global perspective, from a bigger perspective, how to bring peace on the planet Earth. If you want peace on the planet Earth, first you have to bring order to the states, to the countries. Countries are made up of many, many states. So if you want peace on the entire planet Earth, then you have to first bring order to the states. And before you can bring order to the states, first you have to regulate the families. In the olden days, the families they used to live as tribes, as communities. In today's world, we are living as a nuclear family. But in the olden days, during the time of Confucius, families are nothing but communities, tribe. So before you can bring order to the states, your communities, your tribe has to be regulated. Regulated means there should be harmony. There should be certain understanding and harmony. It should be regulated. And for your families to be regulated, before that, you have to individually cultivate your personal lives. Unless families are nothing but consisting of individuals. So unless the individual personal life is cultivated, there is no way the family is in harmony. So the emphasis is cultivating the personal lives, my dear friends. Some people think, okay, I want to do something to the planet Earth. I want to bring a change to the whole of the planet Earth. To bring the change to the whole of the planet Earth, it begins with you. When you change, it impacts your family. When you transform, it impacts your immediate family members, and it impacts your society, it impacts your community, it impacts the bigger group which you are associated with, and it naturally impacts the states, the country, and eventually the ripple effect goes all across the planet Earth. So the emphasis is on cultivating the personal lives, my dear friends. And what you need to do to cultivate your personal life, first you have to rectify the mind. We have discussed yesterday. As you think, so you become. If you want a good health, you should have healthy thoughts first. As you think, so you become. Thoughts are very powerful. So your mind has to be rectified first. Unless your mind is rectified, your personal lives cannot be cultivated. And to rectify the mind, what should you do? You should make your will sincere. Unless you are a sincere person, you cannot rectify your mind. And before you can make your will sincere, first you have to extend your knowledge. And to extend your knowledge, you have to investigate the things. This is how you bring peace on the planet Earth. It begins with you individually. And this is how it goes. How to extend the knowledge? Investigate the things. When you investigate the things, what happens? Your knowledge expands. When your knowledge expands, naturally you become sincere. I'll give you an example. You want to do meditation, right? You want to do meditation. You will be closing your eyes and observing the breath. For example, you are meditating and not reading any books and not listening to other masters. You are just meditating. So you'll be meditating for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. So what happens slowly, you will get some energy in meditation. You will get some benefits in meditation. You will experience some transformation out of your practice of meditation. But slowly, over a period of time, you get little demotivated. And you will feel, okay, I know what is meditation. Okay, I will do meditation. I know meditation. I'm already doing meditation. And you have some excuses. Okay, today I'm busy. I will do tomorrow. So the intensity of the practice over a period of time slowly reduces. But along with doing meditation, you read spiritual books, you listen to other masters' experiences, you listen to their transformation stories. That knowledge inspires you. Yes, I have to do more meditation. So, reading books inspires you to go deep into meditation, my dear friends. In my life journey, I started my meditation practice in the year 2008. I was so desperate to know myself. I was 25 years by then. I wanted to know right from my childhood. I remember around the age of 3, very beginning, right? Around 2 or 3 years old. I used to ask my mother, who am I? Where did I come from? Why am I born in this family? Why am I not born in the neighbor's family? Where did I come from? How did I come to this earth? How did I come? Where did I come from? Who am I? And what is death? And what happens after death? So, where did I come from and where will I go? So, these were my questions to my mother as a very small child. And my mother used to say, you came from my tummy. And I used to ask, how did I enter your tummy? He said, this great truth, I don't know. Only yogis know. When you grow up, you will know, but I don't know. So my mother was honest to admit that she don't know. And she also encouraged me that I will definitely know when I grow up. So my main interest, right from my childhood, my core interest was to know before birth, after death, and the purpose of life. Who am I? That was my main interest. And over a period of time, as I'm growing up, then the expectations from the family, from the teachers, from the schools, from the society. So those fundamental questions were always there, but it went into the background. It took the back seat. I was focusing on my studies and education and career. So by the time I was 25 years, I finished my Bachelor's of Engineering and I finished my master degree in Australia. And I got permanent residency in Australia and I got a job. I was settled. I was so-called successful, settled by the age of 24. So when I got everything in my life, then my childhood questions, the core questions, what I had as a child, came back very strongly. It was a moment I was very terrified that when I look back, I said, I already lived on the planet Earth for 25 years. For 25 years, I already lived, but I don't know anything about myself. Any moment, death might come. And I don't know anything about myself. I don't know where did I come from. I don't know what is my purpose of life. I don't know what will happen after death. So it was shocking. It was shaking my entire being. And I said, no, now I cannot waste any more time. I have lived enough for my parents. I have lived enough for the society. Now I'm going to live for myself. I want to know myself. Without knowing who you are, what is the point of living? You are living in darkness. You don't know anything about you. Then what's the point of living? What's the point of going to job? What's the point of earning money? What's the point of going behind name, fame, wealth, children? What is the point? So I saw life is meaningless without knowing who am I. So my will was so sincere. So I said, it's a do or die. I quit my job. I quit everything. I said, until I know who am I, I'm not going to do anything. So I started intense meditation. So in that search, meditation came in my way. And I was doing meditation. It's a do or die. It's a very sincere. And I was doing intense meditation. And along with that, I was reading spiritual books as recommended by Patriji, PSSM. So when I was reading these spiritual books, I noticed my desire to meditate more intensely happened. So my desire to meditate intensely came because of my reading books. The more I read books, my knowledge is getting expanded. The more my knowledge is getting expanded, the more I become sincere. And I put in more efforts. I was practicing regularly, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours per day. The only thing I was doing during that time, 2008, 2009, 2010, I was in Australia at the time. So those 2.5 years, I was doing only meditation, reading books, intense sadhana. Nothing else mattered to me. I became a hermit. I was cut off to the outside world. So this is a great truth, my dear friends. If you want to make your will more sincere, then you have to expand your knowledge. The more you expand your knowledge, more naturally your will becomes sincere. Your sincerity increases. The depth of your sincerity increases with the expansion of knowledge. This is my own personal experience. And what happens when your will becomes sincere? Then you will do more sadhana. You will do more meditation. And when you do more meditation, naturally your mind is rectified. Meditation. What is the goal of meditation? What is the purpose of meditation? What is the definition of meditation? Is to empty your mind. The more you empty your mind, the more you observe the breath, the mind gets naturally emptied. You don't empty the mind, you just observe the breath, but the mind naturally gets empty. When the mind gets empty, then the mind is rectified. All the negativity, all the disastrous, negative thoughts, thinking patterns goes away. The mind is rectified. When the mind is rectified, then your personal lives are cultivated. You become a beautiful person. Your personal lives are cultivated. Your individual personal life is perfected. You become a beautiful person. A person of love, a person of friendship, a person of oneness, a person of compassion, a person of kindness. So your personal life naturally gets cultivated. And you impact your families. You impact naturally. You become an inspiration to the people around you. So there is certain harmony in your family. You understand. There is a certain understanding which comes naturally around you. So your families are in harmony. Your families are regulated. And naturally, when your families are happy, all the families put together is nothing but a state. So then eventually it impacts the states, and naturally there will be peace on the planet Earth. So this is a great teaching of Confucius. So the emphasis here is on cultivating the individual personal lives, devoting time for meditation, reading more and more books, and contemplating. This is very, very important. Every day you should contemplate what is nitya, what is anitya, what is permanent, what is temporary. For example, you are earning money. You are putting all your time to earn money. And once you vacate the body, you cannot take a single penny. You see, there are two kinds of accounts. One is temporary account, two kinds of bank accounts. One is temporary account, another is permanent account. The temporary account is something which you have physically on the planet Earth, which is temporary. You cannot take it. You cannot take a single penny when you vacate the body. That is temporary account. And then there is a permanent account. The permanent account is something which you carry with you. You do service. You do good karmas. That goes into your permanent account. You dedicate your time. You see, what is the difference between service and work? For work, you have to spend time, efforts, energy. To do service also, you have to spend time, efforts, energy. Then what is the difference? When you do work, you get something in return. You earn money. But when you do service, you earn good karmas. So the money goes to the temporary account, but your good karmas goes to your permanent account. It is with you. In any lokas you go, in any worlds you travel, that is always with you. That is in permanent account. I'll give another example. All your experiences, you take it along with you. So some people, they keep on accumulating wealth. They already have a house. They already have some investments for emergency, but still they keep on accumulating more wealth, more houses, more property, more investment. They spend their entire time on accumulating money, money, money. They don't have time to even to enjoy that money to the fullest, but rather you just earn whatever is needed, and you spend the money to learn music. You spend the money to enjoy the nature, to travel, to explore, to go around the world, to explore different countries, different cultures. There is a great learning. There is a great learning when you travel, meet the people. So that experience of enjoying the beauty, that experience of learning the music and learning the art, so that goes into your permanent account. That is permanent. So contemplating what is temporary, what is permanent. This body is temporary. My family, my children, my wealth, everything is temporary. What is permanent? The soul is permanent. The self is permanent. The experiences the self gathers is permanent. So this contemplation shakes your being and takes you to the path where your priority is no more on the temporary, but your priority is on the permanent things, eternal things. The soul is eternal, the Atma is eternal. There is no death for the soul. So you will focus on having experiences, the soul level experiences. The body level experiences, the mind level experiences will be minimized, and your priority becomes the soul level experiences, my dear friends. And this is cultivating your personal life. And all sincere people become great. That is the nature of affairs. If you are sincere, you are bound to be great. And all insincere people, they languish in their ordinariness. They never become great. They languish in their ordinariness. This is a great truth spoken by the great sage, the great master, Confucius. So friends, with this great understanding, you see the emphasis on sincerity. Unless you are sincere, you cannot cultivate your personal life. Sincerity breeds seriousness, and seriousness breeds enlightenment. Anything, whether it is in the physical, materialistic, or spiritual, in any field, unless you are sincere, you cannot be great in that particular field. If you are not sincere towards your business, you cannot earn money. You cannot be a successful businessman. Similarly, if you are not sincere in practicing your sport, your game, then you cannot be a great player. The same way, if you are not sincere towards your sadhana, towards your meditation practice, towards your self-mastery, if you are not sincere towards your self-mastery, you cannot be a great master. Underline the word, unless you are sincere, you cannot be great. You cannot achieve what you want. This is the truth, whether you like it or not. And the deeper you understand it, the greater you are helping yourself. So we have to learn from every master. And whenever you remember Confucius, you remember sincerity breeds seriousness, and seriousness breeds enlightenment. The teaching of learning to be great. Okay, my dear friends. So now we will take some questions and we'll try to integrate more things. And tomorrow I will explain you the art of silence, the mauna. Tomorrow I'll go in detail explaining about silence, how to practice silence, what is the art of silence, so that on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you will be practicing silence as part of the self-transformation. Silence is very, very important spiritual sadhana. It's a very important practice. All the religions, all the great religions, all the great teachings, emphasis on silence. Okay, so let us go into some wisdom question answers, Sajjana Sangatya now. And please be precise with your question, straight to the point. Okay. Shailaja.
Hello, sir. So sometimes in meditation, I feel that there is a distance between me and my breathing. So I have to find my nose and then I come back to my breathing. So what is this happening and how to stop this?
It is very natural, normal. In the beginning, you are aware of your breath and you are aware of your thoughts. That is the first stage. And in the second stage, slowly, your thoughts disappear. There is only breath. There are no thoughts and there is only breath. You notice very little thoughts and you notice your breath. That is the second stage. In the third stage, the thoughts are not there and you cannot feel your breath. The breath is also not there. So that is the third stage. Okay. So it is very natural in meditation. And you get into the meditative state. It is Nirmal Sthiti. Nirmal Sthiti means there is a stillness where there are no thoughts, there is no breath, there is only witness. There is only pure awareness. You cannot feel your breath, you cannot feel your body, you cannot feel anything. But there is only pure awareness. That is Nirmal Sthiti. So that is very natural outcome of meditation. So you are in the right path. Continue. Don't be worried. Some people, they cannot feel breath, so they get a little bit shaken and they try to feel the breath and they try to feel their body.
Yeah, I also do the same thing. I try to come back to my...
Yeah, you don't need to do that. Just enjoy that. Enjoy that witness. Enjoy that awareness. Okay. When you try to get back, that means you are getting back to the body consciousness.
Yes, I need to find my nose by sensing the sensation of air.
No, you don't need to do that. Your awareness should go beyond the body. It should go beyond the mind and intellect. Then only your awareness is on the self, on the soul. When your awareness is on the soul, then you understand yourself. You know yourself. You realize yourself. That is self-realization. Okay? So you don't need to be worried. Continue the practice. You are doing the right thing. You are in the right path. You don't need to come back. You don't need to come back and start feeling the body. No, just enjoy that witness. It is in a very natural state of affairs that your breath disappears. Your breath initially, first your breath is long breath, and then it becomes shorter, yes. And finally you cannot feel your breath. Yes. That is very natural. You are progressing in meditation, madam. Continue.
So one day what happened, I was in the garden and I was meditating, and I was like I was not feeling my body. I was not in the consciousness of the body, but I was hearing, like I was watching everybody. I was hearing everybody's voices, and I was like thinking. So I thought I'm thinking. So I'm in the mind conscious. I thought like I'm in a mind state.
No, that is awareness. That is not thinking. That is awareness. That is witnessing.
Okay.
You are becoming aware of your surroundings. That's all.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. So you are from Canada. So people who are asking you, please introduce where you are from and then you ask the question. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Mona.
Hi. Hi, Pradeep. Hi, everyone. My name is Mona and I am from Malaysia. I have 4 short questions. And my first question...
One by one.
Yes, one by one. My first question is, how and when is the soul first created?
How and when the soul is first created? Okay, so you are asking about Janma Parampara, right? So the soul incarnates. The soul is nothing but it's a speck of the entire divine consciousness. You can call it God, right? So soul is a speck of God. You can call it God, or you can call it all that is, or you can call it creation, or you can call it existence. You can call it by any name, or divine intelligence. But the soul is a speck. So there are three ways the soul incarnates on the planet Earth. The first is the graduation from the animal consciousness. There are four kingdoms: mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, and human kingdom. So the consciousness keeps graduating from mineral kingdom to plant kingdom to animal kingdom to human kingdom. If you want to understand all those things, you have to read a lot of books, but I'm trying to give you in summary. There is this book, A Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu. When you read this book, you will understand about parallel evolution. There are two evolutions on the planet Earth. One is the human evolution, which is from mineral to the plant to the animal to the human to the divine human. So this is one evolution. And then there is in this other evolution, which are birds, fishes, nature spirits, elementals, fairies, angels. So this is a parallel evolution which is happening. So the birds and fishes, they don't belong to our evolution. They are a parallel evolution. So there are two evolutions on the planet Earth. So we are focusing on the human evolution at the moment. So there is a graduation which happens from the animal. For example, the final lifetimes of certain animals, example of elephant, cow, dogs, horses. They are very highly evolved animals. They are very close to the humans. They create certain friendship with the humans. So their next lifetime is almost a human. So this incarnation, for the first time, from the animal souls have group consciousness. They don't have individual consciousness. They have group consciousness. So, but when they graduate, this group consciousness, they graduate into individualized consciousness, which is nothing but a soul, a self. So that is the graduation from an animal to the human. That is one way. That is how the first time the human takes birth. That is one possibility. The other possibility is the humans graduate to divine humans, like enlightened humans. So when the humans graduate to enlightened humans, they go back to the source and they become a co-creator. They become part of the divine. So they place their own speck as a child. Like, when the physical bodies are grown, the reproduction of the babies happens. Right? We give birth to the child when we are adult. Similarly, when the human graduation happens to the divine human, so this enlightened consciousness, this enlightened soul, places a speck of its own, places a baby light speck of its own as a human. So that is the second way. The first is the animals graduating to humans. The second is the enlightened human puts his own speck as a human again. It's his own baby. That is the second way. So whether you have graduated from the animal or whether you have come through the speck of an enlightened one, you are the same. There is absolutely no difference. Once you have taken the human birth, you are absolutely the same. There is absolutely no difference in whatsoever. And there is a third possibility. The humans incarnate. That is, they are called star seeds. They come from other dimension. They come from other realities. They don't belong to Earth. They don't belong to this civilization. They don't belong to this evolution. They are from other dimensions, other star systems, other galaxies. So, but they're on a project work. They come on a mission. So they come, incarnate one lifetime or two lifetimes, and then do the work and go back. So this is the third way the humans incarnate on the planet Earth. Right now on the planet Earth, there is a great shift happening on the planet Earth. There are more and more star beings incarnating on the planet Earth. That's why you see the children, they are so smart, so intelligent. Now, the children who are born now, first it was indigo, rainbow. Now it is crystal. The children are so intelligent, so smart. We have to learn from the children because they are from the other dimension. Most of the beings now, most of the children who are born after 2012, mostly they are from other dimensions, star beings. They have come to raise the consciousness of the planet Earth. Unless you become part of the planet Earth, you cannot help to raise the consciousness. So these are the three ways the humans are incarnated on the planet Earth. So for your question, when is the soul first formed? So these are the three possible ways incarnated on the planet Earth. Okay. It's a very great subject. We have to read a lot of books and do more meditation. Then only you will understand. Okay. But I would suggest focus on knowing yourself. When you know yourself, naturally you will understand the things around you. When you try to understand with the mind, it doesn't help you much. So when you know yourself, see, there are two kinds of enlightenment, linear enlightenment and stellar enlightenment. There are two kinds of enlightenment. The first, everybody goes through linear enlightenment, individual enlightenment. Individual enlightenment, linear enlightenment means understanding everything about you, that I am not the body, I am pure consciousness. You realize, you understand, not theoretically, experientially, you realize yourself. You understand what is this made of, what I am, who am I, what is my purpose of life, where did I come from, what is death, what will happen after death. So you understand everything about yourself, your past lives, your karma, everything you understand about yourself. That is linear enlightenment, individual enlightenment. After you understand everything about yourself, then very naturally you understand the creation. You understand about not only about Earth and its evolution, you will understand about other dimensions. You will understand in the God's creation, there are many, many dimensions, many, many stars, many, many planets. Life doesn't exist only on the planet Earth. Life exists on many, many levels. Life exists on other star systems. We are not alone. You understand all those grander truth. That is stellar enlightenment. Jesus Christ spoke very clearly, in my Father's kingdom, there are many, many mansions. So he was referring to all the other dimensions, mansions. So when you understand that, that is stellar enlightenment. So Monaji, if you want to understand the bigger picture, if you want to go to the stellar enlightenment, that is stellar enlightenment. Your quest to understand the bigger picture is stellar enlightenment. That will happen. But before that, focus on your individual enlightenment. Without individual enlightenment, stellar enlightenment doesn't happen. Or theoretically, you might understand something, but that might mislead you or misguide you. So first, focus on individual enlightenment. Then you become eligible naturally to understand the bigger truth. You understand the creation. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. My second question is, where is the location of the soul within us?
It's all over. You are the soul. You are the soul. Who is that who is asking the question? You are that you are. You are that you are. Tattvamasi. So it is like your awareness. Wherever is your awareness, you are everywhere. It is not in one location. It is not in the heart. It is not in the mind. Many people think soul is inside the body. No. The body is in the soul. Okay.
This is a revelation for me. I always thought that it's somewhere located. Okay. My third question. What is, okay, I've come across this terminology of overself, triune self, higher self. Is this all the same as infinite universal consciousness? Do they mean the same?
Okay, so our soul is primarily in the causal planes. Okay, so that is our home. our soul is primarily in the base of the soul. The soul resides in the causal plane. Okay, so we have many planes: physical plane, astral plane, mental plane, causal plane, supracausal planes. We have many planes, many dimensions. So the soul is based in the causal plane. Only a small portion of the soul, for example, the soul is nothing but energy. We are energy beings. We are consciousness. We are energy beings. So, for example, 100% energy is in the causal plane. The 100% doesn't incarnate. If the 100% incarnates, then it is a perfect soul. It is a perfect being. Once you are perfect, there is no possibility to learn anything. Your very purpose you are incarnating on the planet Earth is to learn, is for great learning. So, if 100% energy comes, then you are a perfect master. Then there is no possibility of growth. There is no possibility of learning. When you are perfect, if you know already everything, then what is there to learn? So, the soul doesn't come 100%. Maximum around 25 to 35% of the energy comes as incarnation each lifetime. If it is a very evolved soul, then only 15% comes in. If it is not such an evolved soul, maybe 35% comes in. So like this, the soul can choose to take one portion on the planet Earth, and the soul can take another 25% or 30% energy and can be born in another star system. Or you are born in Malaysia as a woman, you can be simultaneously, the soul can simultaneously take a birth in America, Africa, as a male, as a transgender, to have varied experiences. So all the individual experiences gets accumulated to the collective in the causal planes. So the soul is primarily housed, the home of the soul is in the causal planes. You have to understand that. And in each incarnation, it goes through certain experiences, and all those experiences, the distilled information of all the experiences the soul goes through in this particular lifetime is placed in that memory bank, in that causal planes. Okay, so we are discussing subject. What was your question?
I asked about what is over self, triune self,
Yes.
and higher self.
So this is the self, the small portion which incarnates this 25% energy. It is the self. Okay, or what we call it as ego. This is nothing but ego. Ego is nothing but part of the self. The self is part of the self is ego. What you call it as a higher self or a over self is nothing but the 100% energy. The 25% energy which you are incarnated with is called self. The 100% energy which is in the causal plane is called over self or higher self. Okay.
So that 25% is that soul.
That is what you are experiencing currently, right now, in the planet Earth.
Okay. So during meditation, when we close our eyes, connect to the breath, we go beyond the mind and be with that soul. In that, yes. When is the connection to the higher self takes place? Do we
when the observer becomes observed, you experience your higher self. When the observer becomes observed, yesterday somebody was asking this. You are closing your eyes and observing the breath. You are the observer, and the observed is your breath. So as you are practicing this, you are closing the eyes and observing the breath. So you are observing the breath. You are the observer. But you will notice when you're doing this intense sadhana, you notice there is somebody else watching you observing the breath. So you become the observed. So the observer becomes the observed. That is the time you experience your higher self. Okay. So in meditation, you become in oneness consciousness with your own higher self, over self. You say small questions, but these questions are very intense, deep.
Thank you.
Finished?
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks.
Yes. All right. So next is Dr. Sanjeev Gupta.
Sir, I am doing meditation. I did a couple of years ago, then my focus was there. But today, in these days, I am trying my focus. My awareness is not on breath. Sometimes I feel that I am taking short breaths, but my focus is not on my breath. I'm very confused and worried.
So
So
today's class is sincerity. So you are asking how? You have to be sincere. So unless you are sincere, you cannot go deep into your meditation. I think you asked this question before. I answered you, don't worry about whether it's a short breath or a long breath. Go with your natural breath. Whatever is your natural breath, you witness it. And unless you make an effort, and unless you sincerely make an effort and practice it, you cannot be successful in meditation. Meditation is not a joke. It is a serious affair. It is your enlightenment. So unless you are sincere, let me complete, sir. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt, please. So unless you are sincere, there is no way you can practice. So your mind has to be rectified. The very nature of the mind is to always keep going back, going forward, keep creating doubts, keep creating confusion. That is the very nature of the mind. If you want to empty the mind, you have to understand the nature of the mind. And also the very nature of the mind is to have expectations. Your mind creates expectations. So that's why I tell the people, those who practice meditation, they should let go of all the expectations. They should let go of the expectations that they should experience this no thought state. They should experience the samadhi state. They should experience third eye. You have to let go of that expectations also. If you are having that expectation, still you are stuck on the mind level. Just close your eyes and be with your breath. Don't open your eyes, come what may. Whether meditation happens or not, you are least bothered. Don't analyze. Don't think. You don't know anything about yourself. If you don't know anything about yourself, you have to make efforts to realize yourself. So the efforts you are making is not to analyze anything, not to expect anything. Simply close, sit. Don't do anything. Sit. Whenever you find time, sit, close your eyes. That's it. Don't open your eyes. That is the first step. And when you do this step, eventually you go to the next step where the mind becomes calm. And then eventually you will empty the mind. It is an automatic process. But the first step is you should close your eyes. You should shut your eyes and sit without any questioning, without any expectations. When you do that, you will have all the answers. It all depends on your sincerity. If you are sincere, you will manifest what you want.
Sir,
that's it, sir. First, you practice it. First, you practice it for 40 days, and then you come back with the other questions. You cannot understand. By analyzing, you cannot understand meditation. Unless you practice, you cannot understand. So no more questions from you. In this transformation program, without any questions, do more intense meditation. Whenever you find time, you find 10 minutes time. And in that 10 minutes, you close, you have the practice of sitting for meditation. I explained you during the science of meditation, the stages of meditation. The first step is you have to sit for meditation. The mind doesn't let you to sit and close the eyes. That is the nature of the mind. You've been used to going in multiple directions, getting agitated naturally. The first is you have to practice. You have to practice to sit, close your eyes and sit, close your eyes and sit. That is the first step. Unless you know how to close your eyes and sit for half an hour, 1 hour, you cannot empty the mind. So the first step is sitting for meditation. So in the first step, you simply close your eyes and sit. Whatever happens, you don't open your eyes. No analysis, no expectations, nothing. Just close your eyes and sit. And whenever possible, make a sincere effort to be with your breath. Make a sincere effort to witness your natural breath. Do that. That is the first step. When you do that, you will understand what is meditation. Next, Shekaran.
Hi,
all your questions will be naturally understood. You need some patience for everybody. When I was doing my own practice, There's nobody to answer my questions. And I don't know PSSM also in those days. I was all by myself, closing my eyes and observing my breath. And I had so many questions. Where do I go? In those days, meditation was also not popular. And I was living in Australia, down under. How did I got all my answers? Just by being patient. How did I get clarity? Just trusting the process. Trusting the process. Trusting the process. Being patient. Doing sadhana. Naturally, you will get all the answers. Yes, Shekaran, Mr. Shekaran ji.
Yeah. Morning. I'm from Malaysia. Shekaran, I'm a teacher. I was reading a book about theta energy. How can I relate theta energy with this meditation? Is it something related or not related?
There is no such thing called theta energy. There are theta states.
Theta. Okay.
Yeah. So in your deep meditative states, you are already in the theta states. The meditative state is nothing but a theta state. Don't go into all those fancy words. All those are fancy stuff. Just truth is very simple. Truth is very simple. Your meditative state is nothing but a theta state.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay. Smita.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I'm doing meditation from last 4 months.
Where are you from, madam?
Yeah, I am Smita Makwana. I'm from Bangalore.
Yes.
So I'm doing meditation from last 4 months. Started with Buddhavano session from PMC only. And I can see lots of changes in my behavior and I'm feeling happy now. So my question is related to one thing that I am facing problem is with my digestion. Actually, the moment when I started meditation, within a week, my diet is reduced to 1/3. And I'm not feeling weak. I was not feeling weak at all. But I stopped eating and anything I eat, so I was not able to digest it. So I thought maybe some changes are there or some other factors. Now it's been 4 months and still the same thing is happening. So if I eat normal broken wheat or normal plain sattvic food, then I'm able to digest it. But otherwise, chapati, rice also I'm not able to digest. So is it something related to that or should I go and consult?
Something good is happening in your life, madam. Be happy about it. You don't need to consult any doctors. Okay, your body is becoming sensitive. The more you meditate, your body becomes sensitive. And when your body becomes sensitive, it rejects certain kinds of foods. The foods which are not good for your body, it rejects. And it will accept only that is good for you, for your body and for your growth. Okay, so it happens that when you are doing more and more meditation, you receive more cosmic energy. And when you receive more cosmic energy, you don't need food. Because when I explained about the health, I told you don't need food. I specifically mentioned that you don't need food. Food is only for the taste, for the enjoyment, for the taste buds. So with prana, you are doing more meditation. You are receiving more prana shakti, life force energy. So that's why you don't feel hungry, because you are filled with energy. You don't feel hungry. And that's why your food naturally reduced. So which is a good thing. Okay. So food you eat of the highest quality, but don't focus on the quantity. So you have to be sensitive to your body. Your body, as you are doing more and more meditation, the energy impacts your body cells and your body is becoming sensitive. So follow your body. Be sensitive to your body. When you feel hungry, you eat, or else you don't eat. In my meditation practice, in my beginning days, I used to do a lot of experiment. Because I come from the science background. I never believed in any gurus. I don't believe anybody saying anything. I listen, but unless I do my own experiment, I won't believe it. I won't follow it. I won't trust in it. So I did many experiments in my initial days. So I also felt like I don't need to eat food. So I experimented. Let me see how many days I'm like this. So for 15 days, I was not eating anything, only taking water. No fruits, no juices, only water. I experimented. Still, I was not feeling any hungry. I was still healthy. I used to do all the activities, reading the books. Everything is fine, perfectly fine, full of energy. All that. When you do 8 hours, 10 hours meditation, what will happen? You are in an energy cocoon. You are a ball of energy. You become a ball of energy. So you absolutely don't need food. But later on, I started eating because I wanted to enjoy the taste of the food. Okay. So don't need to worry about it. You don't need to consult any doctor. Okay, madam?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Mangal.
Yes, good morning, Pradeep ji, and good morning, all. I am Dr. Mrs. Mangaldhan from Pune. I am basically a professor in engineering college, and I do know, Pradeep ji, you are also engineer. So, two questions I would like to ask. First, yesterday you said, are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead, madam.
Yesterday you just said that garlic we should not eat. I do understand the reason of garlic, that actually in meditations we are taking our energy upward, and garlic just do it reverse way. But still I would like to have elaborate reason for that, because it is always said garlic and onion also.
Okay. All right. So garlic. Okay. What happens when you eat garlic? And who created garlic? So we have to go into a little bit of those details also. You see, everything on the planet Earth is created by siddhas, yogis, rishis, everything, all the creation, all the plants, the plants, the fruits, the trees, everything is the creation of nature spirits, yogis, rishis. Garlic is created by dark forces. Garlic is created by asuras, rakshasas. They are dark forces, negative forces. Why they created garlic? They created garlic to induce fear, because unless the humanity is in fear, they cannot control the humanity. The fear which will let others overrule you. If you don't have fear energy, you are in nobody's control. But if you are having fear energy, yes, somebody can control you. So garlic, the very nature of garlic is, it is a spy. Even though it belongs to a vegetable kingdom, but it is actually a spy. You know what is a spy? A spy is somebody who pretends to be your well-wisher, who pretends to be your savior, but he's from the enemy camp. He's from the enemy camp, but as a disguise in your own camp. He lives in your own camp, but he belongs to the enemy camp. That is a spy. So these dark forces, these asuras, they created this garlic as a spy in the vegetable kingdom. And they have put some good qualities. You see, when will you recruit somebody? When he's really capable, smart, you recruit. But you don't know he's a spy because you think, oh, he's intelligent, he's smart, so we should recruit him. But eventually there is a possibility he is also a spy. So one of the qualities of a spy is you should be super smart, you should be super intelligent. Then only you are wanted everywhere. So these asuras, they have put a lot of good qualities. Like, garlic is good for digestion, garlic is good for gastric, it is good for the physical. So whatever is good for the physical, as physical medicinal value, they have put in the garlic. But behind the screen, when you eat garlic, what happens? It calcifies your pituitary and the pineal glands. So this pituitary and the pineal glands are master glands, which controls all the rest of your physical body. So these are called master glands, pituitary and the pineal glands. And this pituitary and the pineal glands are related to your 6th chakra and the 7th chakra, your third eye and the sahasrara. So the more you eat garlic, the more these glands, these soft tissues, the pituitary and the pineal, it becomes calcified. The more and more you eat garlic, the more your pituitary and the pineal gland becomes calcified. So when the calcification takes place, then the amount of light you receive from your higher self, from the higher dimensions, is minimized. So when the light is minimized, then there is more darkness. So darkness is nothing but fear. So when you eat garlic, your fear increases, your fear consciousness increases. Okay. So basically we have two vibrations, fear-based, love-based. Any thought, any feeling, any action you do in life, they come under these two categories. Either it is fear-based or love-based. What are the examples of fear-based? You take the insurance industry. The entire insurance industry exists because of fear. Just imagine there is no fear. The insurance industry collapses. Okay. Greed. You want to accumulate wealth. You want that is greed. Greedy. People are greedy. They want more and more. Why? Because they are fearful. Something might happen tomorrow. So better accumulate today. Better accumulate today. Maybe my next generation is not capable. So I accumulate today for my next generation also. So that is fear-based. Okay. So this jealousy, anger, you want to be dominant, you want to be the number one. Okay. All these are negative-based emotions and feelings and actions. What are love-based? Inclusiveness, kindness, compassion, friendship, oneness. These are all love-based. So the more you eat garlic, the more you are drifting towards the fear-based thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. The more you avoid garlic, you are helping yourself to come out of the fear-based and you enter into the love-based energy, love-based vibrations. So this is the bigger picture behind garlic. And if you want to understand much more detail, do more meditation, open your third eye, then you will understand all those things. Okay, madam?
Well explained. Pradeep, you are taking nice sessions because I have attended many meditation sessions right from Vipassana, different types of meditation. But you are just explaining technically also and scientifically also, and your focus is on all these explanations. So my second question is somewhat different type of question is there, because in my life I have understood meditation impact, and when I did Vipassana, different types of meditations, I was just started feeling why it is not being taught in the educations right from the beginning, childhood, parenthood, or just in higher educations. So I just started feeling meditation is just such a wonderful tool for all our living things and happiness and different aspects, means as well as materialistic and also spiritual gain. So I just started thinking why it is not a part of education.
That
And
is
then
your purpose of life, madam.
yeah, and it has become my passion that I have to mold spirituality into higher educations. So my second question, how you like to help me being an engineer? And second question is how we can do that, because I have started doing conducting programs like you, especially for engineering college teachers and students. But I would like to know from you how you can help me in my mission. Is it possible to
The whole,
organize some
the
program
whole,
for
the
special
whole
engineering?
PSSM, the whole PSSM is there to help everybody who is sincere. So where there is a will, there is a way. Okay. So definitely in every possible way, the whole PSSM will help you to enable you to reach this message to more people so that more people get enlightened. Okay,
Miss,
madam?
is it possible to organize specially for engineering college teachers and students? Special.
Yes. Yes, of course. Most of my, see, this is the first time because of this lockdown, I'm addressing the Indian audience, the Indian seekers. My work is outside India. I'm based in Singapore. Right now I'm in India. But before the lockdown, my teachings were always to the Western world. My main teachings are towards Europe and Asian countries. So I keep traveling all over the world. And wherever I go, the people who invite me, sometimes they are medical colleges and cancer institutes and government bodies. So those people, they invite me. And of course, they invite me because I have a scientific background, and my explanation is not based on the belief, and my teachings are not based on any religion or dogmas. It is scientific and it's my own experience. And of course, I'm part of many research also. So because of this lockdown, and I had this opportunity to stay in India, and through that the Zoom and PMCs and all those things are happening. So you please contact the PMC Valley team. We will discuss how to help you to give all the technical information so that you can reach to the authorities and even to the government.
And whether you help in installing pyramids, because I'm fascinated to install
Yes,
some
madam.
pyramids.
Yes, madam. I was also part of the
To
pyramid
whom I
research.
should contact, to whom because I just call a few people, but I could not get right directions.
You contact
Because
the Pyramid Valley team, and then they will give you. I will tell them. So you will get my number, and then we'll
yes,
discuss it
please,
further.
yes.
It's not the
Okay,
platform to discuss that. Okay.
okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. All right, friends. So I think we are shooting the time, and still more hands are getting raised. I'll take one question, just one final question, and then the rest of the questions we'll take it tomorrow. Yes, Rekha. Your voice is not audible, madam. Please check your microphone and ask. Still your voice is not audible. Maybe you remove the headphones and then try to plug it in back. No. Maybe you have to check your microphone and you can ask tomorrow. Okay, it's not audible. Right. So we'll take one last question. Jagan Gupta.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So this is Jagna Gupta from Andhra Pradesh, sir. I'm living in a small town, sir. I'm continuing to do meditation since 1 year from Corona onwards. Sir, I have a small doubt, sir. When I'm doing my meditation, lot of amount of sweat is releasing from me, sir. Either it is from I am acquiring more energies or sweat is releasing, sir. I have a small doubt, sir. Can you please?
So if you want to help yourself, okay, this is for everybody in the process who is practicing meditation, who is sincere. Whatever happens in meditation, it is good and you don't need to be worried about it. Whether sweat is happening or whether you are getting diarrhea, loose motions, having running nose, fever, cold, throat pain. In the beginning of meditation, because of the inflow of a lot of cosmic energy, your body goes through energy realignment process. So during this process of recalibration of the energy, a lot of things happen physically. A lot of things happen. Sweating, you might feel cold, you might feel too hot, you get feverish, you feel, if you get running nose or throat pain, or when your digestive system, if you have eaten too much meat, junk food, a lot of toxins are there, then diarrhea happens. All these things are detox process. It is a result of the meditation. It is a result of receiving the inflow of cosmic energy during the meditation. So for any experience, when you're doing intense meditation, when you're doing sincere meditation, whatever is happening on the body level, don't be worried. It is very natural. And slowly, your body will get recalibrated. It will become more healthy. And everything will come back to normal with a greater force, with a greater health, with a greater vibration. Okay, don't be worried. Continue meditation.
Yes, sir. I am continuing meditation, especially during nights, 4 to 5 hours, and in the early morning also 2 hours. I am doing meditation, sir. And one small doubt, sir. What is the meaning of Sahasra Sirsha Dala, sir? Can you?
Refer some dictionary, sir. You please ask experiential doubts.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Theoretical explanation, you can get it in Google.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thank you. All right, friends. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the session today. So we'll gather again tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll discuss more about the art of silence. We'll discuss about Mauna, and you will be practicing it on the weekend. And I hope you are keeping a journal, writing down all your experiences every day, all your experiments every day before going to bed. And I hope you are following the diet also, 2 meals a day, and eat only according to your hunger. Don't eat stomach full. Some little amount of space in your stomach should be always empty. You should feel your hunger. Then only you can enjoy your next meal. And showers, multiple showers. Okay, and mindfulness is very, very important. In the beginning, mindfulness is challenge for everybody. But practice makes a man or a woman perfect. So practice mindfulness when you're cooking, practice mindfulness when you're eating, practice mindfulness when you're showering, practice mindfulness in every act you do. So mindfulness and meditation is going to help you to elevate your consciousness and to experience your own true potential. And that is enlightenment. Okay, friends, thank you very much. Sablonka Namaskar, Dhanyavad. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.